Sports. Bandwagon. Welcome to the Mile High Bandwagon. Come and chat with me. This the Mile High Sports Chat track for the city. From big threes to touchdowns, I'm talking hat tricks. If it's a competition, that's probably where I'm at. This the Mile High Bandwagon. Find me on Shady Sports Network. Follow, subscribe. Shady Sports Network. Follow, subscribe. Yeah, boy, what's going on, everyone? You know what it is. You know who it is. The host that you love over here on Shady Sports Network, your boy Cedric Green at 303 Bandwagon. Find me on all those social medias. Slowly but surely changing my tags over to that at 303 Bandwagon. Catch me here. Hopefully every Sunday night. That's the goal. Come on every Sunday night. Kind of go along with the game. We'll talk about the game. Have people on here talking about the game. You know, not quite on the Manning-cast-esque type vibe, because we'll be talking a little bit about fantasy too, fantasy relevancy more so, taking advantage of that slot. But we'll be keeping up with the game that's going on. But, you know, so we're going into week one. We finally made it. Yeah, boy. You know, we're here. NFL season, good to go. We lasted through all these other seasons, all these other sports. Looking around, we didn't know what to do. We were like, okay, where are we going from here? Oh, man, what's going on? Oh, here's some little news to catch on to. We latched on anything we could. We got it. But no, we're here. Week one coming up. And we got 2 games before Sunday night. So hopefully I have these other guys joining me. But anyway, I'll get it going. We got those 2 games. That first game being Baltimore against the reigning champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't like Chiefs, but whatever. They got a squad, right? So they're gonna play. The squad's gonna squad, but you know how the Chiefs do in the beginning of the season. I mean, it's regular season LeBron. They don't care about none of that. Like, they're not ready. They're using it to get tuned up. They're tuning up for the playoffs. So, you know, it's gonna be interesting. So I feel like Baltimore is about to come out and beat the brakes off of them. But we can't really take anything into, read into that too deeply. I mean, 1, it is the first game of the season. 2, I just never really anticipate Kansas City coming out strong. Whereas on the other side, Baltimore's come out and, kind of make up for losing to them last year, right? Why they lose to them? They didn't run enough, so they're going to try to run it down their throats, right? Like, plus, but looking at this, honestly, it has some fantasy implications from both of these teams, man. They got some heavy hitters. So I feel like even with it being a Thursday night games, we're going to see a lot of these guys out there on our rosters, right? You know, starting with the Baltimore Ravens first off. I mean, their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, that's a crazy one right there. So you're definitely going to see him on some teams. King Henry, go down Zay Flowers, even Rashad Bateman, you'll probably see pop up on some benches. Mark Andrews getting over that car accident. Thank God he's all right. Thank God they're good to go. Whatever, they're out there playing. We got them in our lineup, so we're looking for these players to get big points no matter what day it is. Unfortunately, Thursday night games go a bit crazy, right? So usually, stay away from these guys on Thursday night games. But I'm saying, this is a big game. This is a rematch of the AFC Championship game from last year. We know Kansas City kept it moving. They made quick work through the playoffs, right? They went through Buffalo. They went through I think it was just Buffalo and the Ravens, right? I'm not quite sure. I have to go through and look. I don't know dates and times, man. I'm just a fan. I just love watching these teams, right? Like, I just come to tell and talk about this with you guys and tell you what I see and try to get what you see, and we put it together and we make something that looks good, right? Like, we all know there's people that get paid a lot of money to know, and that's not me. So I'm just telling you what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? And what I've seen is both these teams having heavy hitters. up and down the board that you're gonna see on fantasy rosters, right? That are must starts on fantasy rosters, right? Take it over to the Chiefs. You got Patty Mahomes. Come on. Some of you guys got Carson Wentz out there. You feel like maybe, hey, they'll be blowing him out. They'll put him in. I'll still get, whatever, like backup, right? Pacheco, you're seeing him on a lot of teams. They just got Piran. Come on. You're about to see. They just got Piran. When did this happen? Hold on now. Hold your brakes. Let me see something. What in the world? Somebody talk to me. I see your people out there watching, man. Thanks for watching. Shady Sports Network. I just kind of jumped right into it. Mile High Bandwagon. Episode 1 of the season. Week 1 NFL. We made it. We're here. So I'm coming talking about my Broncos. Try to keep you updated on those guys. Let you know how they're doing, how they're smashing, how they're dominating. They shall even tell you how they're doing bad too. Right? The past years is just like, come on. Why do I need to tell you what you see? Like, every day, like, you got all these writers talking about it, all these other analysts, all these other sports talk, all these guys talking about the Broncos, telling you how bad they're doing. Russell Wilson did this, did that. The line was this, it was that. Nah, man. It's okay, though. Like I said, I'll even tell you some bad stuff about them this year. So we'll get the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it may be. They're coming with our rookie team, and I'm expecting to see some decent things out of the Broncos this year. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. I was hoping you didn't hear me. I hate saying them. They're all of a sudden they're gold standard in the NFL. They won 2 games before Andy Reid. Whatever though. That's history, I guess. Get off my lawn, right? Nah, but anyway, back to it. We got Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs Thursday night, 6:20. I think it's 6:20 Mountain Standard Time. Because I'm looking at my ESPN. So if I'm wrong, let me know. On NBC Peacock. NBC and Peacock. And I think it's both because it just says Peacock for the Green Bay game. So I think it's NBC and Peacock, meaning if you still have cable, you can just watch it on your TV. But I'm probably watching it on my phone because I'm probably going to be working somewhere, doing something. Or, that's good that we have that accessibility, right? We can watch it anywhere. How are you guys watching the game this Thursday night? You got to be watching the game, whether you like these teams or not, right? It's the first game of the season, right? Like, we got to watch that Florida Gator Miami game out of our minds, right? Like, I can't be the only one that turned it off halfway. Go Gators. I'm still ride for my Gators. I don't care. I don't take a beat down from a ranked team when you're not ranked. That's how it's supposed to go. But that's okay. I got this crazy cat. I feed him. He just talks so much. Can't get enough. Huh, Chip? Come here. Come here. Come here. You have to get on camera now. Yeah. My cat, he loves being on camera. More than me. He's a Bronco fan too. Get him a jersey. Anyway. Yeah, no, so not only are we seeing the games on cable on NBC, but you're seeing it on Peacock too. You could just sign up for their streaming network and you get them. I think they show all the Thursday night games. I think you get all the Thursday night games on there. Probably a few more, right? But yeah, I mean, line Kansas City -3 because they're at home, right? Tie game, they get the 3-point push. But I think Baltimore is gonna. I got the Ravens beating them. That's just what I'm saying, and call it whatever you want to call it. That's what it is, right? That's what it ain't. I do have like half those players on my fantasy teams, though. Yeah, guys. So it's bandwagon. Like I said, this season we're coming back. Season past, second season, so not really a lot to go off of. But I mean, I'm just trying to get you some news. I'm just trying to get some information to you guys. Like, I'm just a fan. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a broadcaster. I'm not a reporter. None of that. I'm me. I'm Cedric Green. You know me. Come on, man. We hang out. We kick it. You see me on these other shows. You come and deal with me. You come and chat with me. Just love talking sports. And, you know, happen to be the Broncos. But I mean, with Bandwagon, I can talk anything and everything: basketball, football, ping pong, foosball, racing, whatever. Come talking with me. Come sit up here and chat with me. You know what I mean? Get a round table. I always want a round table because the more people, the more stuff we're talking about, right? The more entertaining stuff, So if you're watching it, come hang out. Like leave some comments, leave some questions, whatever it may be. Let's get some interaction going. What are you guys watching? Where are you watching the game? How are you watching the game? Are you watching on your TV? Are you watching on your phone? Are you watching on your laptop? Are you watching on your computer? What are you doing? You're watching on your Google glasses, your smart glasses, your VR. There's so many different ways to watch it. But yo, what I'm gonna do right now, you guys know I've been pushing these commercials religiously. I really want this to latch on. So if you guys don't use Manscaped, man, go ahead and use that code Shady Sports Network. You're getting 20% off. And then with Cash App, you go over there. If you're not using Cash App, you haven't paid your league fees, you can use Cash App to pay your fees quickly on the dot. You can't make up any more excuses, right? You just go ahead and pay it with the Cash App. So use that code, you get $5 to help you pay those fees. So let me go ahead and play this commercials real quick. And when we come back, we'll have Justin on. We'll just be me ranting and raving, right? Going all crazy and wild. So here we go.
How are you? Bring them things. Bring them things. I call the plug. Bring them things. I bring them things.
That's money. That's cash up.
Forever you and me. Right by my side, where you ought to be. Cause if I ever were to lose you, I just don't know what I'd do. Let me hear you now.
Yo, what up, Justin? What's
up?
What's
I
up?
apologize. I'm late. I don't like being late.
I was about to talk about that.
I
was about to talk about that. It's funny, Justin. He goes, I just saw your message. He goes, sorry, I'm running behind. And I was just thinking, I was like, bro, we don't. This is a hobby, bro. Like
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, just say you ain't clocking in. Like, ain't nobody sitting there saying, hey, you better be here at this time. Granted, it runs a lot smoother when I have, you information guys here. But at the same time, I mean, it is what it is, man. Thank you for just even being on, like, for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you for just taking your time to come and join me. So how you been, man?
I've been very good, very busy today. I thought it'd be a little bit easier, but hey, it's all good. I'm loving it. The weather is amazing, and I am just counting down the hours now to football.
That fall weather getting there early, right? I feel
like up here, yes,
started.
Certainly. It went from 90 degrees last week to now it's high 70s. It was today, I think 78, 75, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's about 80, 75, 80s around here too. It's like
it's football weather.
Exactly. That grilling and chilling, put the game on, right? And speaking of football weather, we got games. We're here. This ain't preseason. This ain't it's preseason, it looks a little different. Nah, this
Cuts
is
already
right?
happened.
Yeah, we're here. So speaking of that, we'll touch. I was touching on the Baltimore Kansas City game before I went to that break. What are your thoughts towards this game? Because I think Baltimore's gonna come out and wipe the field with Kansas City. No, I don't know what I think. I hope. I guess I hope. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I hope Baltimore is gonna come out.
I honestly think what's gonna happen is what a lot of what we see every year up until this point. The first quarter is going to be like a feeling each other out, like, okay, all right. And then the second half is going to be like 20 plus points being scored. Whoever has the ball last is going to win. It's going to be like a dramatic big finish. I hope it's high scoring with the new punt return gimmick stuff going on, and defense is not, comfortable yet. Offense is trying to get the ball underneath them and whatnot. But I am not very confident that it's just going to be a runaway with either team. I think my most interesting take on the game is I'm interested to see how the Lamar Jackson Derrick Henry dynamic happens. Like how does their offense work with that? Because I can see it going one of two ways of like they're clicking and firing all off cylinders with Lamar in the first half, and here comes King Henry like a bulldozer in the second half, just running over the Chiefs, closing out the game, calling it a night, moving on to week 2.
Hold on, man. I'm logging into Instagram.
Okay, no problem. But on the Chiefs side of it, I can see it going the best way in the sense of like Andy, Patrick, and Travis Kelce just doing their thing, making the Ravens feel like, yeah, you're in this, and they give them the whole gotcha moment of like pulling away with a clinch touchdown late in the game and just letting their defense ice it. Yeah. But I think the X factor in this game is definitely going to be the Chiefs wide receiving core for the Chiefs, and then it's going to be the running game for the Baltimore Ravens. If the Ravens can establish the running game and stay hot and keep it throughout the whole entire game, they have a higher chance of winning, in my opinion, than the Chiefs and their wide receiver core trying to make something special, magical happen by the end of the game.
Okay.
For your sake, I hope that Broncos can sit on top of the division for one more week ahead of the Chiefs.
Yeah, man, right? Yeah. Chiefs always start off slow.
Hey, Lions punched them in the mouth last year. I mean, I don't think anybody was putting bets down on the Lions to take them week 1.
Exactly. Oh, is my green screen down?
Oh.
No. You see behind the truth.
Yeah, it's Sunday fun day. I get to see everything. Got that late night draft hangover. I'm sorry I missed that last night. I was caught up at a bonfire with friends.
Oh, shoot. That was cool, man. That draft.
We were thinking about crashing it and making a scene, but I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to be that guy. And like,
nah, bro, that draft was actually pretty fun.
Yeah. I watched the replay of it today. It looked fun.
That's a weird league because, like...
Shaking your head.
Man, there was a quarterback in the first round. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that kind of threw the whole draft. It was just
and I think it's a 10-team league, 2-quarterback 10-team league.
Did it affect your draft strategy a little bit? There was a kind of like a little pause you were taking, like
I don't have a draft strategy in that league.
Okay.
I just take who I can get.
You just take winners?
Yeah. Just whoever I can get. So yeah, like let me see if I can pull up my team real quick.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, too. Run through that bad boy.
Here. Yo, how did I not catch that Samaje Perine went to the freaking Chiefs?
I think that happened. Was that today? Because when I opened Sleeper this morning, I saw it like he was a Chief, and I had to like do a double take. Like what?
Yeah.
And then the description, in the paragraph, it says they're expecting him to be ready to play week 1 and have a minor amount of snaps played. So
ridiculous.
I don't know. That's good for the Denver backfield. That clears it up because I think it's going to be Javonte, Jaleel to spell him on the passing downs, and then estimate at the goal line possibly, and then keep Batty on and Watson fresh in case of injury. I'm really excited that Batty made the team. I think, despite his stature and whatnot, I think he's going to be a good, like, solid, like, Boston Scott, Darren Sproles, like, running back in the league. He's not the biggest guy, but he's shifty. He's got moves.
Yeah. It's going to be... Oh, I'm just ready for it to go.
I know, like I said, I'm counting down the hours. Like, Thursday can't come fast enough. Have you seen the uniforms that the Eagles and the Packers will be wearing for the game Thursday? Because they can't wear green.
You mean Friday?
Oh, is it Friday? Oh,
for the Eagles
sorry.
And the Packers.
Sorry, audience. Sorry. I'm a little bit
you're good. I have not seen them. I'm going to pull them up. Oh, why do I have
Yeah,
nothing
they're
here?
not
I got
exactly the most like I'm going out of my way to hit up the NFL store to buy these jerseys, but you know,
All right. So
my
my
opinion
team.
is that the NFL should have took two different teams that preferably not green primary colored into their jersey scheme to play this game, but
Let's see if we can find it. All right. All right. I think I found the Eagles combination.
I think theirs is like black and white with like
Oof.
a different colored trim.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull this over. Let me pull this.
It
I got
almost
too
looks
many.
like the Ravens uniforms almost.
All right. Where? Sorry, I got all these windows open.
Oh, don't you worry. I think we're both just a little bit behind today. Labor Day
Yeah.
weekend. It's just I did my work at the fair those last 3 days. I was busting my ass and trying to catch up on house stuff all weekend, and here I am.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Well, thanks for joining, man.
Hell yeah.
I was super busy at work yesterday, and then come in. So yeah, these are
Okay,
the
so black
Philly
helmet.
jerseys.
Yeah.
Sick. Black pants for Brazil. History will be made. This is on their website, PhiladelphiaEagles.com.
Yeah, I think what they did is just they took out the green trim
Okay.
on the black jerseys.
All right. You can go there and read about it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Like back to the Ravens Chiefs game. Like, what do you think your the honest like analysis there? What's going to happen? Like, did you take any players in any of your leagues like on either of these teams that you're hoping to pop off or?
Yeah, I took both these quarterbacks in the league.
Ooh,
I took both these
which one are you
quarterbacks in the
starting?
league. I took both these tight ends in the league.
Oh, you got a lot of investments in this game then.
Right. I think I
Which side
got
of the
King
ball you think
Henry
you're gonna
still.
like? Who you starting?
No, not on the same teams though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not on the same teams though.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm not starting Patty Mahomes. Nah, I'm gonna start him. I just don't like it, But I guess I will. I'm not gonna not start him if I have him.
Yeah, I mean, if I have both those quarterbacks, I think I'm leaning Mahomes because I feel like he can have a full game performance. Where, like I said, if the Ravens get out ahead or they're doing well, I feel it's going to be the Derrick Henry show, closing out the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lamar's going to have like a good solid half. Like I'd say, like a couple hundred yards and a couple touchdowns and some yardage with his legs, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling on it. What
No,
about your
not really.
Broncos, though? What are they doing up in Seattle against the
Hold
12th
on,
man this weekend?
we haven't gotten there yet, though, right? I still do want to talk about this Green Bay Eagles game.
Personally,
Right?
as a Lions fan, I hope the Eagles smear them across the board and destroy them, but I feel like it's going to be more of a shootout than we could think it is. I think it's going to be the Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love show. Like, I think it might be a good game. I don't know how it will be with like the atmosphere in like Brazil, like in the soccer stadium. I don't know like how well they follow the NFL down there. Like, I'm not. But I thought they couldn't have green.
I know. I could be wrong. Maybe this is like an old. This is MSN.com, bro. I'm just pulling up stuff on the fly.
Yeah, you're good.
But it does show the Eagles' new one. So this, I think. Oh, hold on. What's going on, man? Yeah, get it together. One of these days. This is from 2 days ago. It's from 2 days ago. After much speculation and misinformation about the color green in San Paulo, the Green Bay Packers have announced they will wear, guess what? Green jerseys to play in the first ever NFL game.
Wow.
Brazil. God dang. Let me just take this off of here. Technical
Ads,
difficulty,
ads.
man. What's up, guys? I see y'all out there watching, though. If you're watching, man, go ahead and tune in, drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Please
I'm excited
share.
you're here.
Please share. Yeah, I'm so excited you're here. Thanks for joining in because, I mean,
Tell us what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be Ravens, Chiefs, going to be Eagles, or Packers? Who we taking? Let us know.
how you feeling? How are y'all feeling out there?
I'm ready for football.
I'm ready for some freaking football too, man. And it starts
As
this
for
Thursday.
Yeah, as for my Lions, I'm really excited Sunday night to check them out. Get the prime time game.
Okay, so let's go to the schedule Sunday night. Let's go ahead and let me pull it up, man. Here on
wait, yeah, let's go in order. So after the Eagles Packers game, what's the first one on after that?
Hold on, let me get there.
It's probably like Bears Titans or something.
Oh man, some corn. Well, you got Eagles Packers Friday night. Eagles Packers on Peacock.
That's a bold move competing with college football.
Who cares about?
I know.
I'm gonna stop there and just leave it.
I was gonna say you're gonna anger some people with the rest of that sentence.
All right, so we're on ESPN, guys. We got the schedule pulled up here on ESPN. ESPN, shout out, keep us going, man. So yeah. We got 11 a.m. Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
Who you taking?
Fox. On Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
Where is it? It's in Atlanta. I'm taking the Falcons.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
All right. Then we got Arizona, Buffalo. Whoa. Freaking ads. Can we just watch the schedule? Hold on, guys. All right.
Be left alone in peace.
All right. We won't pull the schedule, but then we go through it. All right. We got Arizona, Buffalo. Who are you taking?
Buffalo. I just don't think that the Arizona Cardinals have the firepower to match up with the Bills that early in the season. I think Josh Allen's going to just do his thing, and because Arizona's defense isn't scaring me. I think Josh Allen's going to have a way with them, whereas like the Buffalo Bills defense is going to give Kyler Murray and all those guys a harder time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's in Buffalo too, right?
No.
Regardless where it's at.
It is. My bad.
I'm taking Buffalo over the Cardinals.
What? New look car? Oh, LSU tied it up. Halftime 10-10.
I thought no one cares about college.
Well, after my Gators got mollywopped last night, I don't care.
What was with that? What happened?
I stopped watching, so I don't know what happened.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Let me get this pulled up, guys. All right. I'll just go back over here. Trying to make it easier on myself. All right. We got Tennessee at Chicago.
I hate the Bears. I hope it's the Titans.
It's going to be the Bears, though, right?
No.
Will Levis?
It's got to be the Titans because I hate the Bears. Bears going 0-16.
The Bears going 0-16. Hot take. I'm going to put that here in the chat, so that's on it.
That's just my bias. Realistically, that's not going to be the thing. But
bro. That's going right here. The Bears going 0-16.
Oh, we both know that they can't beat the Packers.
True. Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers ain't there no more to own them.
I'm sure he'll be watching.
Giving him that juju.
No,
right.
I'd like it to be the Titans, but I can see that just because I like the Bears have a better defense and a stronger defense than the Titans, and the Bears have more weapons than the Titans, I believe. So unless some crazy miracle happens or like a double doink happens, it's probably going to be the Bears, but I'd like it to be the Titans.
Yeah, I don't think Titans might be going 0-6. No. All right,
Man,
so
put that up on the board. They might. I mean, they got to play the Texans. They have to play the Colts twice. They have to play the Jaguars twice.
you think it's a hard division?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was talking to some guys earlier. They're saying that division's not so tough down there in the AFC South.
It could if everyone stays healthy and what's on the rosters like plays and performs. I feel like there's enough talent in that division that it's going to be spicy.
They can send 3 teams to the playoffs. I feel like they could. I feel like especially like I don't know, man. Like we talk all that stuff. We're like, oh, the Bengals are gonna do this every time Joe Burrow.
I can
hurt,
see 3 teams coming out of the AFC South before I see 3 teams coming out of the AFC North.
Bet. All right, on to the next. That's how I felt too. But I do got the Bears winning that game. All right, I do got the Bears winning that game. All right, next one: New England, Cincinnati at Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Cincinnati on that one for sure.
I think the Patriots are going to get shell shocked in the jungle.
I don't know, man. Jacoby Brissett's like the prodigal son.
Hey, he's good. He does love his tight ends. So
he leaves, he comes back.
Only to leave again and then come right back.
Dang, somebody, who was it? Sam, I guess he's in another draft. He just drafted A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts back to back. That's pretty legit.
He loves his Eagles.
Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
They were on it, man. That shows you should have saw these Eagles fans. You thought they were Eagles PR guys, but yeah.
Really?
I guess you're a fan. You're a fan. It goes. But hey, man, thank you guys for watching High Bandwagon, sticking with us. Me and Justin on here. Normally you see us on Fantasy Reports, so normally we're talking more so fantasy football. I did want to touch on that though, because I do feel like there is a lot of fantasy relevancy in this Thursday and Friday night game. So we will get back to that though after the picks for sure, and touch more on that Green Bay Philly game, because I do feel like there's a lot of points to be had you wouldn't normally pick up in a Friday night game. But anyway, yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with us. So Shady Sports Networks, you find us on all the YouTubes. Find me at 303 Bandwagon. Find Justin at Teixeira. Teixeira. Ask my mom. We can't pronounce no names. That's how we roll.
It's all good. I had to make it difficult for you.
No, but yeah, guys. Hey, thanks for rocking with us. I see you out there. Go ahead and leave some comments, leave some questions. Tell us where you're watching from, man. Tell us where you're watching.
Tell us who your teams are.
Yeah, let us know who you're rooting for. Like, we'll try to talk about them more. Like,
tell us who team sucks.
This is the bandwagon. Tell us who's hot right now. So yeah, back to this. So we got Houston, Indianapolis. Man, Houston's hot right now, right? You think they're going to carry over and bring it into the season, or you think the Colts, they got Anthony Richardson coming back? So, I mean, he was C.J. Stroud before he got hurt. I don't know.
I think, and this could be a hot take, I think first game of the season, I think the Colts upset the Texans. I think they smack him in the mouth and give him a wake-up call. Anthony Richardson stays healthy the whole game, balls out with JT behind him, and then CJ Stroud and the crew just like don't have an answer.
Whoa.
Hot takes. That's why I'm feeling it. I'm feeling spicy. What, are you going to Houston?
I mean, I feel like what if Houston takes a step back, right?
I think Houston has like way too much hype right now, and they have more pressure on them to live up to that this game than the Colts do. So I feel like the Colts come in loose. They come in, we can do it. We can get these guys.
They're feeling desperate.
But I see you thinking though. You still hanging out with the Texans? You gonna Stroud and the boys?
Yeah, man. I think Texans are gonna come through.
All right, that's cool.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a good game though. I think those AFC South games are gonna be a lot better than people anticipate them being. I think they will be a lot better than what we think they're gonna be. And I
feel like between those two teams, whatever running offenses perform better is going to be able to close that game out.
Bro, if this is not an exciting game, I promise, like, there might not be any exciting games this season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. You guys heard that here. That's a hot take right
Hot
there.
take. Put that in the little
Put that in your
comment little drawer there.
Yeah, keep it, stash it.
I don't want to just have my own 16 takes sitting there.
Jacksonville, Miami. What do you think?
I'm gonna go Miami. I'm gonna take Miami. In that one.
I mean, you got to, right? It's Miami at home. Battle for Florida.
I think Achan's going to do one of his busting off big run plays, and he's going to set the tone for the game, and the Jags are going to have to play catch up, and they're not going to be able to stop that offense.
I feel like ATN's going to go off, though. I feel like it's going to be a running game from both teams. Like, we're going to see a really good
I can see that, too. Like, I feel like it's pretty close, like the Texans-Colts game. I feel like it's gonna be exciting. It's going to be fast-paced. Potential for a lot of points.
Yeah, and these guys are like playing home for reals.
Yeah.
It's like a really real home game, not just a home game with your team, like a home you grew up around here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's
I feel like it's about to be
Miami game.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
that. That game.
He got you to turn it off.
That was me the whole game. Like, what the world? What? How? Where? And then they put in Lagway, and he looked a lot better. He looked a lot better. But
it really makes you think what they're doing with their coaching decisions. Like, it was night and day when he came on.
Yeah. Yo, look at this draft intro we used for the draft this morning. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to play it real quick.
Sit back, relax a little bit. Let me tell you a story. See if yours is anything like mine. Remember when I was a kid? So much better when I popped the lid. Feel the rabble, open it up.
Exactly, listen to Shawnee. Right, and Cash Out's the easy way to get money transferred when you're out with friends. So jump into that, and then we'll get back to it.
He said, baby, jump in the back, boy. Tailgate crazy.
I was like, dang, I might just use that for fantasy reports.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make that work on the fly by Tuesday night, hell yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure I can get Sam to do it. I was like, dang. He made that one. He told a difference.
That was good. That was talented. I like that.
That was a good one. It was good. It was good.
I'm glad I was wearing my Lions hat that day. I get that in the.
I know. I was like, I gotta get a Broncos hat.
Oh, well, you got that spot with the jersey on. Man, I'm waiting for you to bust out your Bo Nix jersey this year.
Ooh,
I'm waiting for it.
The new style too.
Ooh.
I gotta get it. I gotta get the new style hat too. I like that. I like that.
I like the hat better than the jerseys.
I like the jerseys too, man.
It just reeks of college. But maybe that works for Bo Nix. He feels like he's in his element. He's wearing his college gear.
What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about the jerseys? Yo, Instagram. We on Instagram too, man.
Dang.
I don't know if we got anybody tuning in on there, but we on there. We
hope so. Come on, spread the word. You're in the bar somewhere. You're at home. Just tell your buddies. Get on Instagram. Check us out.
Check us out. Tags down below. Let me see. Can you see my arms?
Oh yeah.
Right there.
For sure.
Hold on. There's my name right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so back to this. Back to this.
Okay, where are we at? Where did you take though? I took Miami.
Yeah, Miami's winning that game for sure. Hands down, Miami's winning that game for sure. There's a lot of 11 o'clock games. We're still talking about 11 o'clock.
That's still oh my god.
Yeah, Carolina, New Orleans. Now this right here.
This is probably where I'm going to be. I'm just going to finish my breakfast. I'm just going to sit in the chair and be like, oh, Saints, Panthers. I'm just going to.
Well, you won't be able to watch it because all those other games are on at the same time. So.
Oh, true. Well, unless if you have Sunday Ticket or Red Zone or whatever, you can like watch.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see a whole red zone from the Carolina New Orleans game, guys. They're gonna be
You
popping
heard
up.
it here first from said. keep the New Orleans Panthers game hot.
Hey, this is Mile High Bandwagon, not talk
keep
about
pounding or who dat nation.
the Broncos are the only low tier team we talk about on this station.
I don't, man. I think they're maybe drafting high teens after this season. That's just my take. I don't think it's going to be bottom teens, late first round.
For who? For
the Broncos, I think Bo Nix. I don't know. He's made an impression. I know it's preseason. It's preseason. He hasn't proven anything, but like he's showing that, you know. I thought they were going to be drafted in the top 10, but now I've got the feeling that's going to be like maybe like 15 to 20.
Woof. Hot take. Let's go.
Oh, you're just put me on.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. No respect.
Respect for the Broncos. Y'all heard it here. Broncos winning a playoff game. Justin said it. Not me. Justin said it.
I mean, I'd be hella impressed if the Broncos made the playoffs this year. I'd be like, standing ovation, toast to you guys.
If Broncos make the playoffs, is Bo Nix Rookie of the Year? Do you think that's enough?
I think he could be Offensive Rookie of the Year, certainly.
Yeah. Okay. Is Sean Payton Coach of the Year if they make the playoffs, or do they have to win a playoff game?
I think he has to win a playoff game, but that's just personally me. I don't like Sean Payton, but if he were to win a playoff game with Bo Nix when everyone had those guys where they had them at the offseason, I think it's doable. I mean, you could easily beat the Chargers twice. You can steal one from the Chiefs at home. You can take 2 from the Raiders. That's 5 wins right there.
Let's go. That's a quarter of the season.
Raiders are going to Raider. Chargers are going to Charger. And then you just have to get through the Chiefs.
I don't care about the Chiefs. We split with the Chiefs with Russ. We got the Space Christ and Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is going to outduel Mahomes in Mile High?
Yeah. He's going to pull him Mahomes on Mahomes.
I can't wait to watch that game. You're going to be hyped that week.
Oh, man. You might not find me after a couple of these games.
Where'd he go?
Who? Who done it? That's how I was last season, man. I just had to bow out. I was like, I can't even take it.
Hey, I know the feeling all too well.
Nah, you guys were decent last season.
Well, every year before.
Who are you guys playing? Who are the Lions playing?
They're taking the Rams Sunday night.
Oh, you got the Sunday night game on NBC or Peacock. So you guys can watch that on cable TV, or you can watch it on your cell phone.
You can watch it with me here on Bandwagon. We'll be doing a show, right?
Yes, sir. So you can watch it with us here on Bandwagon. I don't know if we can pull it up. If you guys know, let me know. Can we pull it up?
Yeah, rock your Lions jerseys.
We'll pull it up. Yeah, we'll get it pulled up somehow. I don't know if it'll be on. Well, it'll be on Peacock. So I have Peacock. I pay for Peacock, so I feel like I
already got into that. I got my subscriptions all paid up. I got my dues all paid. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so I feel like I should be able to pull my Peacock that I pay for up.
I think we were just not able to show any of the live game, right?
Why?
Oh, I don't know the rules. I mean,
I don't. Somebody tell me the rules. What do you guys? Can we not? Can we? Because I mean, I pay for Peacock, so it's already paid for.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting paid for this, so it's not like we're making money off of this.
Yeah,
we're just talking about a game, man. We're trying to get views up, so I guess maybe that's where it draws. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know. Maybe we'll see. We'll put it on, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Right?
NBC's just like shut it down.
Yeah, they'll tell you. Yeah, at least we got them watching us, though, right?
Like, leave it up to us to shut down the show because of NBC is getting on us.
Peacock, because we're promoting them.
Yeah.
We're promoting the heck out of you. You might want to keep it. All freaking 2 people watching us.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we get coming for them.
We get 3 views a week. That's all. That's you. You better check yourself. But no. So yeah, Lions Sunday night game. against the Rams. That's a pretty big game, man. How you feeling about that?
Lions at home, taking it. That crowd, Dan Campbell, them boys, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Goff ain't letting Stafford come in his house and punk him. Gonna do him like we did last year, but knock him
Not in
out of the
my
playoffs.
house. Not in my house.
Not in our house. Not in the Lions' house.
Nah.
Not opening night.
On opening night? You're not getting
Nah, I
beat
ain't
on opening
having
night?
That was cute. Rams can start off 0-1.
And it's the Rams, right? Is Matthew Stafford still hurt?
Oh, I didn't know he was hurt. I know Puka's hurt, but they say he's
Puka is
okay
hurt.
for week 1.
That's what they say, right? That's what they say about Mike Williams too, right? Over at the
Mhm.
Jets. Out of nowhere. Players just couldn't play in the preseason, but they're good.
Weird, huh?
Crazy.
Spooky stuff.
That's just the way it is, right?
What's the next game after the Dolphins and
well,
Jags?
I was
Where
trying
we
to
at?
stall
Oh, you're stalling? We got another ad?
because after the Dolphins and the Jags, we got Carolina, New Orleans. We touched on that, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna take the
Minnesota-
Saints because I don't believe in the Panthers at all.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't pick a team. Oh, that's gonna be a hard one. I'm gonna pick the Panthers because
That's cool. I mean, they just have to show me this year because I saw nothing last year.
Who that?
Yeah. I think both of those two teams are probably vying for the 1 and 2 pick of the draft next year.
There's a couple teams that'll be vying for that.
Not the Broncos.
Hopefully not the Broncos. Minnesota and New York, on the other hand.
Probably.
Now, somebody has to win this game, and who do you think is going to be?
Gonna go Vikings. I think Justin Jefferson be able to ball out. My champion, Aaron Jones, gonna run the rock, make Sam Darnold comfortable back there out of the backfield. I think they can take it. I think they can take Big Blue. I think the Giants are a much bigger mess. They don't have an offensive line. They have no running game. Danny Dimes can't stay on his feet because he's getting tackled right after he snaps out of the snap. So, like, Malik Neighbors might be a stud and whatnot, but I don't see him making a difference because I think he's going to be double teamed at least because they don't have to focus on anybody else on that offense. It's Malik Neighbors and then who?
Yeah, right. Well, Singletary, right?
Yeah. But I think they're going to need a lead in order to get Singletary in the game and get a tempo going and getting comfortable. So,
Who's their tight end?
I think it was like Bellinger or this new guy, Theo Johnson, that they drafted.
Theo Vaughn?
No, Theo Johnson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the comedian.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, that team is a big joke, but.
Tight end. Theo Johnson, Chris Manhurts, Daniel Bellinger.
I think the Vikings will do just fine. I don't think they'll take that one.
I'm with you there on that one, honestly, too. I think the Vikings are going to light work. Sam Darnold was still a first-round pick, so. All right, Las Vegas Raiders against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, little battle of LA.
Who cares? They both should lose.
Dude, that's hard because I don't know who wants to win more in that game.
Oh, who cares? They both. It's gonna be Chargers. Chargers got a slightly better squad than the Raiders.
Yeah, I'll go Chargers just because I don't know because the Chargers knew how to lose games last year. Like they threw so many games at the end.
They didn't have Harbaugh. Harbaugh's a team builder. Harbaugh knows how to win games. If there's one thing he knows how to do is he knows how to get the most out of his team. So he's putting pieces together and he knows exactly what those pieces that he's
you're probably right. I'll go Chargers. It's just that game. There's just no X factor really that I'm seeing to like just take over that game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Lad McConkey, bruv.
No, yeah. I mean, I can see Devontae Adams maybe, but Minshew has to get him the ball. So
Lad McConkey.
I can see that game either being like a 7-10 or like a 48-57 or something game because there's no defense.
All right. Here we go. The Broncos
Here we go.
versus the Seahawks. There will not be
Where are you going?
any 60
They're in
there
Seattle.
won't be
Playing
any
the 12th man.
65-yard field goal attempts this year. There won't be any bad play calls.
But who's taking it in Seattle? Is it gonna be the Sea Ducks at home?
No. It's going to be the Donkeys, man. Come on, bro. We're scoring on every drive. I'm telling you. People are going to be surprised with what they see out of the energy from this team. There's going to be an energy that wasn't there before. That's just my opinion. Leave it there. It is what it is. Call me a homer. Call me whatever it is.
No,
But
that's
I see
good.
what I've been seeing out of practice, what I've been seeing out of
Mhm.
clips, what I've been hearing, everything, has been reported. So we'll see when it comes down to it, Hopefully I'm not, coming back on like, oh, they look like crap, but I don't think they will.
I don't think so either. I mean, I'm gonna take the Broncos by a hair. The only reason why this is keeping it close is the Seattle at home with the 12 field advantage and home opener. But if Bo Nix can get past that, ball out, I'm going Broncos side. I can see the Broncos offense outperforming the Seattle offense.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle's got new coaches and probably a new system, even though they're at home.
What do you guys out there think?
Yeah.
For reals. I feel like if you're watching it, you're probably a fan of the Broncos if you're following us or following me. Are you a fan of the Lions? Are you a fan of some NFL team? Or are you just like watching us? Whatever it may be.
I'll take it too. If they just want to watch,
right.
It's great.
What team do
I'll
you
talk
going
to you
for?
all night about football.
All night. Let's go. We'll talk football all night.
Well, we gotta eat, not like last time. We gotta at least eat at some point.
Oh well, we're not keeping it on all night. This guy will go all night. I'm not going all night. I'm getting off here sooner than later. But I love hanging out with you guys. And speaking of that, we'll take a moment real quick though. Go ahead,
He really wants to get out of here.
This shit. I always want to get out. As soon as I get out, I want to get out. No, but starting a Shady Sports commercial. Here we go. Get back to it. Yo, 49ers receiver Ricky Purcell shot on an attempted robbery in the chest. He's in stable condition now. No vital organs were struck by the gunshot, so that's cool. That sucks.
That's scary as hell.
Yeah, yeah. Good thing he's okay though. It's super messed up. They got a suspect in custody too, so it sounds like he didn't get a whole lot out of that. I mean, come on, guys, let's make smart decisions. Smart decisions. Why rob someone? Ask them how you can be of service and maybe learn. I don't know. Be an addition, be a positive addition to maybe someone's life. Maybe not something unnecessary. No need to take away. No need to do something violent. When sometimes maybe asking can go a long way, or you could learn a lot and get a lot farther, quite honestly. So that sucks. That's been one of the big news. I'd say.
Well, it's good that he's in stable condition.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Thomas suspended. He's a free agent. He's not even on the team. But he's suspended for week 1 for violation of NFL rules. So for not,
Doing something stupid, probably.
Cardinals rookie wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. has an ADP of 14th overall. He's being drafted as the wide receiver 8 on Sleeper. Are you buying or selling Marvin Harrison at that ADP?
Redraft, I'm not. Dynasty, I can see a possibility of maybe going there. I personally wouldn't. I mean, I think I've said it here before, like with rookies, I want to see a sample size. I want to see it prove it before I start investing a pick that high in somebody. I understand coming out of college, he's got all this good tape, the intangibles and measurables, but like I want to see it first. So I probably overall wouldn't draft him that high, but I can see where people are buying the hype and wanting to get ahead of it early and taking him that high.
I hear you. I mean, it's crazy because receivers are so it's so hit or miss sometimes, man. And his quarterback's still Kyler Murray. We're still all saying like, with all this, Kyler Murray's going to be healthy the whole time.
Yeah, it's a whole different song and dance if Kyler Murray goes down and they got whoever it is throwing.
Yeah, so that's a whole lot, but at the same time, that's the same thing for any one of these other quarterbacks too, right? Like, so I mean,
For
like
sure.
Justin Jefferson, he already took the hit, so he already took the hit. He
But
had
Justin Jefferson's proven that he's pretty much quarterback proof, that he can play at a high elite level regardless of who's throwing him the rock.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, I wouldn't touch him. He's not that high in my draft boards, but I can see why everyone else is doing it in their draft strategy. They better hope he pays off, because if you're investing that high on him, I mean, better hope you got a few good ones behind him after that to make up for it.
We'll see Sunday morning. So back to the schedule. Dallas, Cleveland. I think I'm going with Dallas, man. I just got Cleveland. I mean, I just got Dallas. They're like a good, not so good team of mine, right? So
yeah, I'll go Dallas because I believe in the Browns less than I do the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I think the Browns are going to be probably terrible this year. Maybe not so much on defense, but offense, I just don't know what their identity is. Nick Chubb is going to be out. Are they going to try to keep running the ball with whoever's there? Or is Deshaun Watson going to come in and play finally and be healthy and sling the rock? Or is it going to be Jameson Winston? I don't know.
yeah.
So comfortably, I'll go Dallas Cowboys there.
Yeah, I think the Browns just got too many questions. To figure out what's going on. All right. Last but not least, actually, no, not even last. Washington, Tampa Bay at 225. Washington, Tampa Bay. I got a lot of faith in Washington this year, man. But Tampa Bay's just had a whole year to click, get it together. They're ready to go, ready to come out swinging. So, I got Tampa Bay in this one.
That's fair. They're fair. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Tampa Bay as well, just because that offense tune might change later on in the year, but right now it's a lot of question marks on Washington's side of the ball with adding Eckler, Jaden at quarterback.
They're going to be a challenge.
Yeah, they'll be a challenge. I think the established offense of the Buccaneers will outshine the variables in Washington.
Yes. That's how I feel, just because, it's in Tampa Bay. They've had all this time. They've been together. So, this one, man, New York Jets at San Francisco Monday night.
I like the Jets. I like Breece Hall. I like Garrett Wilson. I like that defense. And I want nothing but the worst for the 49ers. I think Aaron Rodgers will last more than a play. He'll do good.
Oh, Shawnee's here.
Oh.
See what Shawnee has to say.
I hope he didn't mind our
He was like,
take
"Nah,
earlier.
bro, I gotta come in." You was talking so bad about that. I gotta come in and say something.
What up, guys? What are you talking
Yo,
about?
we're talking about games, bro.
What you talking about? The Thursday, Friday games, or all the
We
games?
Yeah,
were
we can bring it back.
we
Actually,
were actually talking about going back because I want
yeah,
to touch
let's do it
on
right
the
now.
Green Bay game because there's a lot of fantasy implications in this Thursday and Friday night game. There's a lot of points to
Absolutely.
be had those 2 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, let's go back to it. Talking about going back to that Thursday game, Kansas City,
And
Baltimore
Baltimore.
Ravens. What is it like?
Yeah.
10 starters altogether, or
Yeah.
like
We
Yeah.
get to get a first look at Derrick Henry in Baltimore's backfield and kind of get a feel for him and what his role might be, and how him and Lamar click. That's like one of the ones. Him, Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs are like a couple of the guys I'm most interested to see. How they do in these new offenses, considering what threats they were in their old offense. So I'm really excited to see what Derrick Henry does with Baltimore.
What I was telling Seth earlier is that I think the tail of the game is going to be if Lamar controls the first half, gets them up to a lead early. I feel like the second half is going to be Derrick Henry's show.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Kansas City. I mean, I think on defense they're going to put up, but I just have this feeling that Lamar and the Ravens are going to come out firing. I think Rashad Bateman has a good first week. I think Lamar gets it going on his feet. I don't know. Mark Andrews, he was kind of dogged last season a little bit because he missed some time, and then, but that is Lamar Jackson's surefire go-to red zone target. That's why Mark Andrews is such a high impact fantasy implication player, because of the fact that the touchdowns are what he's known for balling out on points for. So, we'll hopefully see some of that. And on Kansas City side of the football, I'm really excited to see how much they use Isaiah Pacheco right off the get-go. But not only their running game, but there is a lot to watch in their wide receiver side of the game, for especially fantasy implications. We got Rashee Rice, who was last season looking like he was going to be their guy. And now they've only made moves by getting rid of, Hardman, Tony. They've gotten rid of these guys to make it look like, he's probably going to be their number one. And then they go out and they draft Xavier Worthy, who has the fastest 40 time in the history of the combine. And, we still have the undoubted killer, probably number one, if not number one, top 3 to 5 tight end in fantasy over 1,000 years, the last 5+ seasons, Travis Kelce. So yeah, lots and lots. And especially, I mean, even on the defensive side of the ball, if you want to talk dynasty, if you got IDP, like if you're streaming just a regular defense, neither of these guys are going to be what you're looking for the week, because, but if if you're rocking individuals, we got linebackers on the line now. Roquan Smith is going to be someone to watch, obviously.
I think Patrick Queen is going to be Patrick Queen's going to be the X factor for that Ravens defense. He's going to control that middle of the field, keeping Pacheco in check and watching Mahomes sliding left to right.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we'll see. I don't know, man. Kansas City, it's like Mahomes last season, the way that he dipped in productivity in fantasy numbers. Obviously, he went out and won a Super Bowl, but from a fantasy aspect, he definitely dipped in stats, just from the way that they played the game. Obviously, the playoff push was a different story, and they just absolutely killed it going through that. But I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the Ravens have the edge here. I feel like they're going to come out and they're going to get the job done. That's my prediction. I predict Baltimore wins this game.
The two matchups when I'm going to be watching this game that I'm going to be watching very closely is the Ravens secondary against Mahomes and that wide receiving core, and that defensive front against Derrick Henry with the Kansas City Chiefs. Who wins those two battles is probably going to be the X factor of how that game's going to go.
Definitely, 100% agree. And I'm like, This is like the perfect way for them to start off the season.
Oh yeah.
You know, these two teams, this is like, you know, it's not like a Super Bowl rivalry. It's like, but I mean, this could very well be, you know, the AFC Championship, you know, or if not, you know, both teams in the playoffs. These guys both have that caliber. And I mean, there's no better way to come out firing than, you know, two of the best offenses in the NFL and a couple of the best, you know, top 10 defenses at least. Yeah. Anybody in particular, Jem, that you're thinking might be a sleeper or an underdog or someone you're watching and hope succeeds?
Well, I mean, I hope Lamar succeeds since I picked him as my quarterback. I guess I hope Patty Mahomes succeeds too since I picked him as my other quarterback in my other league.
You just want a shootout. You just want like a 58-58 barn burner.
But no, I do feel like this is going to be a chance for Baltimore to really get a tune-up, see how their team looks, man. Like, so really see how that running game looks and gets going. So it's going to be important for them to come out strong and really come out and show and play to the team to the level that they know that they can play to, because the Chiefs will play with you. You know, they'll kind of keep it light. But I guess
I think this is the best week to play them. Like week 1, Ravens can punch them in the mouth and send a shockwaves to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs could also put them in their place early and be like, "No, we're still the kings of the AFC."
Kind of catch them sleeping.
Yeah. And that little knock in their confidence week 1, you know, that could do wonders for the next couple of weeks of who they play. Because
I mean, look what it did for the Lions.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Look what it did for the Lions last year.
Yeah. Yep.
I just got a scary feeling. I think that Derrick Henry is going to control this game, and then whoever's playing the Ravens week 2 is going to be like, "God damn it!"
Right? Yeah.
Well, Justin Reed's supposed to be back for the Chiefs.
Oh, really? That's good. That's good news.
The Ravens could come out confident with the running game now instead of kind of guessing who they're going to go with. You know, with last season, them bouncing back between Gus Edwards and Justice Hill, kind of just like bouncing back and forth.
That's what I was saying this morning, man. I'm trying to tell these guys, like, those guys weren't real starting. They're like, oh, the Chargers got a solid running back core. The Chargers are going to come out with a really good running back core. Like, okay.
Chargers got a bunch of hand-me-downs.
Come on. There's a reason they're on the Chargers.
And that's the thing that baffled me the most is that the Chargers have been known for their running game because the last several seasons it's been Austin Eckler, and he has been a top 5 running back all of those seasons, you know, and a dual threat back, and you know,
and Melvin Gordon before that.
And now all of a sudden it's just like, okay, yeah, we'll send him over to Washington, and then we'll pick up the Ravens scraps in injury, you know. I feel like New York did the same thing. They were like, you know, all right, well, we have Saquon. He's a chip. We'll see what he's worth. We'll get a bunch of money for him. And then, you know, they could have went out and they could have looked for somebody decent to sign. There were so many free agents. And then they just all of a sudden, it seems like, you know, if you're going to start Devin Singletary, I feel like that's a settle. Like they just settled. Like they didn't want to spend the money or like go out. You know, like you didn't improve at the quarterback position. You got one rookie wide receiver to come in and back up Danny Dimes. I mean, other than that, you don't have Evan Ingram anymore. He's at Jacksonville, and he's getting the most targets of almost any tight end in the NFL. He might not have the stats to back that up, but he's getting the most targets. I mean, I just don't understand why the Giants aren't actively trying to improve. I mean, I guess they're making little steps here and there, but in all honesty, I just don't see them. You know, I don't see one star wide receiver opening up and being the key to what you need, you know, to rebuild. And I don't know. It just seems like they're unnecessarily taking their time and getting rid of clutch players.
You don't like Neighbors?
Well, I do. I mean, I think, he's going to be good. But, I mean, dude, it's Danny Dimes. I mean.
Yeah, I think that's
you know, I mean, he could be a quarterback-proof receiver. He has that athleticism, and I believe in him. It's just like, I don't know. I want to be as confident for the young man as I can to have the best possible rookie season he can, but I don't know. I just don't like that offense. They're always lackluster. and that division is tough as nails. You know, you get Dallas, you got Philly, and you know, even Washington. Look what Washington did to improve. You know what I mean?
They got a
They went
quarterback
above and beyond. They went above and beyond for sure. You know, you grab Eckler, even though you get rid of Antonio Gibson, you know, and then you got, you know, go out and get that quarterback. And Daniel's looking amazing. You already have Terry McLaurin, who was just in need of a quarterback, and now you got him.
Terry.
So, yeah, Washington.
I'm curious.
So.
Like, I was hoping that Barkley would have ended up with the Chargers. That would have been nice having Harbaugh there with Barkley and Herbert. But
that would have been a good duo. You know, in all honesty, I was hoping the Giants did. The Giants should have put up the money to keep him. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
That was a clueless move. I don't know. And then I saw the Hard Knocks thing and how they brought it to him. It's like, go test the market, see what you're worth. It's like, I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, like that. That was basically saying, you know what, go out and get yourself a new contract. I hope you get paid.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, dude, why are you guys gonna act like you don't have the money to pay him that? You know, and I mean, even his agent came in and kind of like undercut, you know, the amount that he got, just to say like, all right, well, this is where we kind of want to be, just in case you're thinking about, you know, offering a contract. And he's like, yeah, we might be able to do that, but why don't you go ahead and, you know, keep reaching out and see what you can get. When I saw that and I heard that, it just, dude, I lost all respect for that guy and Brian Dable. I just,
and I feel bad for Neighbors. Like, if they do that to Barkley, what is it going to feel like with Neighbors in a few years when it's like time to pay him, and they're just like, go see what you're worth.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm sure that Barkley is way happier. I mean,
I'd hope so.
Signed with, dude. I mean, you sign with a division rival like that, and you get that money there. I mean, dude, you got to play them twice. He knew that going in. Like, all right, you know what?
I hope in my fantasy matchups I'm not playing the guy.
Him off. You know, and if that's what happens with Neighbors, then so be it, because he's going to be young and talented enough where somebody's going to pay him, you know, if the Giants don't want to. If they want to continue to play stupid and not spread their capital around, and, you know, don't act like the New York Giants don't have the spending capital to put a decent team together. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Kind of ridiculous. But, and then, so the Friday game is,
that's the Eagles and the Packers in Brazil.
The Packers is what I thought. Well, this is Jordan Love's first attempt back to show everybody, you know, hey, I'm the guy that finished eighth last season, but I'm going to try and do better and, you know, show everybody I can put up numbers where he drafted me, you know, as a top 10 guy at his ADP. And I am really anxious because, dude, I haven't known. That's like the weirdest wide receiver core, because all three of them kind of have a similar ADP, and you don't know who's going to be his favorite or who's going to be his end zone target. You know, you just kind of are like throwing a dart at that.
Are you talking about Green
wide receiving core?
Sorry.
Yeah, the Packers.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's going to be Watson, if it's going to be Dobbs, if it's going to be, you know, I don't know. All I can do is
curious to see if Watson makes it the whole game.
Yeah. And I mean, even Musgrave's in the mix, you know, and now they got themselves a new running back. So, you know, I think it'll be, honestly, I think it'll be a shootout. Lots of eye test going on in Green Bay with the Packers. Anyhow, lots of eye test. But, you know, on the other hand, who are they playing again?
The Eagles.
Eagle. Oh my God. And then, yeah, I mean, it's a rough enough feeling to come out and know that you got Philly, because not only is that, you know, about the most nerve-wracking offense, you know, but I mean, the Packers do have a good defense. Don't get me wrong, but, you know, we're talking about Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and you know, now we got
Barkley.
Yeah, now we got Saquon.
We forgot about
out.
Yeah.
So,
like, I think it's going to be pound for pound a slugfest.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday are going to be really awesome starts to the week for people to
Yeah.
get a nice bump, a nice head start on their fantasy week.
Oh man, can you say that again? Can you say that louder? Like there are so many points to be gotten to get ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
dreading
Thursday,
almost
Friday
seeing the
are going to
40-point
be
deficit I
huge.
could have.
They could not have started it out better. If it,
Mhm.
I think the only way they could have started out better if they were going to involve maybe the Lions, or if they were going to maybe involve Minnesota, or I mean, there's very few other teams that they could have started out with this Thursday and Friday to
I
make it
love
more
that they have
exciting
it
for
going
fantasy.
Sunday night with the Rams and the Lions. Those are two good hard knocking teams. And then Monday night is Jets and the Niners.
Yeah, that's gonna man. I
Yeah,
think that's gonna be a decent
that's
game.
a huge
Brees Hall
Monday
versus
night miracle.
CMC. Who scores more points Monday night?
Yeah, that's a huge Monday Night Miracles game to finish with. There's tons of fantasy implications to
Mhm.
finish the week.
CMC is gonna
This
get
is
more
gonna
points. I
be
think.
this is gonna be a great way to give all of us fantasy lovers a great week one, and we're finally here.
I think
Tomorrow
it's going
marks
to be
the
great
beginning of the
too.
week. You
If
go,
like you're
you get
sitting
through
there,
Thursday, and we're there, baby.
I think it's going to be a great. If I can, there's probably some matchups out there where it's going to come down to Monday night. You're going up against CMC, but you got Brees Hall, and it's like, all right, I'm down
Or
4
Garrett
points, but I
Wilson,
think,
yeah.
yeah,
Or you got
like,
Garrett, or you got Debo,
mhm.
or you got yeah. It's and it's yeah. I
I don't
mean,
think there's going to be a lot of people sitting comfortably in their chairs Monday, like I got this win,
no.
I got this.
And that's when, we're going to see how comfortable Aaron Rodgers looks on that Achilles,
Hmm.
what kind of workload he's taken and capable of. If they're
Hmm.
going heavy to Brees Hall because they're trying to keep him safe, or if, Garrett Wilson is going to see some action.
Hmm.
You know, and oh my God, I mean, the
And think about all those
49ers.
people that will feel justified or vindicated of like, see, this is why I took Brees Hall #1 overall, or like why they took Brees over if he
It's
goes
week
and
one
outperforms.
still. There's a long
Yeah.
season, but it's gonna be a good week one.
But it'll make people feel that way though. Like I went out of my way and I like took this guy over the perceived #1 running back, and like he outdueled. If it goes that way, or it's going to be another other side of the coin where it's like, yeah, CMC is king. This is why
Yeah.
I drafted him where I drafted him, and he took care of me week 1.
What was
Well,
it
and not
like?
only that, we're talking about the Jets and the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
They have the two best defenses in the
Mm-hmm.
NFL
Yeah.
as of right now. So you're going to watch what could be, #1 fantasy guys like Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall play the #1 defense. And you're going to
Mm-hmm.
watch guys like CMC, who's the #1 running back, or Debo, or Ayuk, who you might have snagged up and stuck with now that he's got his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see if they're going to put up against Sauce, against the Jets defense and their
Mm-hmm.
secondary and their linebackers, the way that they got shit set out now. It's going to be insane because this is going to be one of the #1 offenses versus #1 defenses, and a pretty good offense versus the #1 defense. So I mean, this is going to be a pretty big tell-all for both teams about how they play against great defenses. So week one or not, this eye test is huge for this week for
Mm-hmm.
not just them, a lot of teams, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of these matchups are pretty sick. I mean, I look at the Broncos in Seattle as like a good
Yeah.
even match. I look at Pittsburgh and Atlanta as a good even match. Who are the Lions playing, Justin?
Oh, the Rams Sunday night.
Yeah, see, these are all great. If they're not like out of hand, like super matchups, I feel like they're evenly matched.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like this week one is just a great way to go in, and we're going to learn a lot. And obviously, when do you learn the most? Obviously, it's week 1 through 3, 1 through 4, to kind of, see how everyone's doing, see if everybody's sturdy, who's going to really get the workload they're getting. But I mean, as far as them giving us a treat and, hyping us up the most for a week one, I don't think they could have done a better job in scheduling week 1 for us fantasy guys without knowing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Who are you going for? Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Shawnee.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Atlanta.
The fact that I believe black and gold, I'm going for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. I think that the Steelers defense comes out swinging huge. We got Patrick Queen now, so not only do we have Minka Fitzpatrick, Cam Hayward, now we got Queen, we got Holcomb, our defense is looking ridiculous. And then I hate to say it, man, but Wilson and Pickens look to have a good chemistry. So we know it's going to be Russell Wilson starting week 1. Nothing I'm going to say or do about that. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to put some confidence behind my QB. And George Pickens is going to do good. I don't know if Rome Wilson's going to be healthy or not. We didn't end up getting any other wide receivers, but we got the 1-2 punch of Najee and Warren. And as of last season, at the end of the season, Warren was one of the best best running backs to finish out the season fantasy wise, just because of his volume. And Najee was even starting to look better. Atlanta upped their game a good bit with the quarterback, and Bijan's going to be in there. They got a new coaching staff in there. They got a new head coach, so they're going to be firing on all cylinders, trying to come out with that same confidence. Their defense is not on the same level. They do have some key players and key positions there in that defense, but the Steelers can pick it apart, I feel like, in the run game to ground and pound them and hit them with some deep threats or some Freiermuth, good tight end play. And I think the Steelers will win. I think it's going to be a final score of 24-10.
Nice.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
At the end of that game, are people going to start calling for my Penix?
Yeah, I hope so. I love Kirk Cousins, don't get me wrong, but everybody loves to see a rookie come out and start to do it. And my prediction is like taken away from Bijan a lot. It's just because I'm a Pittsburgh fan. The fact that I'm only giving them 1 touchdown is like kind of ridiculous because I think they're more capable than that. But I'm really anxious to see. It sucks for me having Bijan in so many leagues. Because I want to see him just absolutely crush it this season, but I don't want him to, obviously my Steelers mean more to me than a lot of fantasy stuff. So it's going to be a rough week 1, but I'm in it.
I was reading some articles from people on Sleeper in the chats, and they're saying that they have some packages lined up for Justin Fields and the Wildcat, and that he might be making some appearances in some drives in the Wildcat formation.
Well, I have a feeling that if Russell Wilson shows any type of inconsistency weeks 1, 2, maybe 3, that they're gonna make that jump to Fields real quick, so they're not doing it later on, and they can get that offense to Fields quicker than later. Because Mike Tomlin is a very decisive head coach. He's not going to bounce back and forth between the two guys. You need to pick a leader and stick with one, and he knows that. Right now, it's Wilson. But if, we get blown out weeks 1 and 2, possibly 3, we're going to see Fields come in there and take over that offense. And it'd be good to see him come in and run some gadgets or some RPOs because he is that kind of athlete, And we do have Cordero Patterson as well, who's built like that too. He's a part of our running game, but also a very good pass catcher as well. So, the weapons are there if we need to get tricky.
Makes
for
sense.
sure. But what do you think about, Jem? What do you think about Seattle and Denver? How do you think that game plays out? What do you think, how do you think Bo Nix does?
Like I was saying earlier, man, I think the Broncos got an energy that people just aren't expecting to see. They have a belief that you only get with a younger team. They completely flipped out from, a lot of those players that were part of past teams, that were veterans, that had voices in the locker room, not because they were maybe older players, but necessarily because they were trying to get a different culture going. And the only way to get a culture going is to completely expel and cleanse and restart anew. And that's what the Broncos have done. I think, I don't think week 1 will be end all be all to whether it's a complete product, but I think we'll definitely see something that we're not expecting, and everybody's expecting for them to come out and look not so good. But they're going against Seattle, man. I mean, come on, they're the same team. They're the same team. There's no differences. I take them all day, every day over Seattle, no matter who the quarterback is. So with Bo Nix, I just feel a little bit better. And, I feel like I see the Broncos scoring 35 points, man. I see them putting up 35 points, and I see that defense holding. That defense is going to be a lot faster than people are. Oh, man. Did you guys see those preseason games? There were some picks, and I thought I was watching the no-fly zone for a second. Call me a homer.
Singleton is an animal. Surtain is an animal. I mean, absolutely. The Seahawks did add some linebacker power this season. They lost one, but they added. But yeah, I can see. I just think that the Broncos are usually, kind of like the Steelers in the fact that they start with the run game and they rely on the run game. I think it's going to be a lot more passing now that Bo Nix is there. I think that it's going to be surprising to people, how much they're dumping passing. It off, even to running backs, how much the running backs are a part of the passing game. That's where you watch them succeed in preseason, as long as Bo Nix can keep his composure and he stays confident and he leads that team well, he doesn't make silly decisions, I think that he can definitely, put up that kind of points through the air.
Man.
I'm
if that RPO hit,
Patrick is gone, but dude, Sutton, Mims, Troy Franklin as a rookie, you still got Dulcich in the mix, and then you got Javonte and you got Jaleel McLaughlin, and you still have Audric Estime in there. He could come in and do, I think that, they did in the offseason pretty much everything they could have possibly done to get everything. The team to where it is. And, I like it. I see them beating Seattle as well.
They could have went out and got Ayuk and made sure they had a solid number one. But Ayuk's not a solid number one either.
I don't think San Fran was getting rid of Ayuk, whether Ayuk liked it or not.
Yeah. But
there were contracts drawn up. He could have gone if he wanted. He knew that San Francisco was going to pay.
They do need to focus on that, though, and I feel like Travis Hunter would be an amazing number one receiver. So
yeah,
you should just focus on that. So
for sure. All right, Justin, the big question for you: your Lions versus the Rams. What's it going to be? Who's going to shine?
I think it's gonna be that home crowd showed up in the preseason already, getting loud and proud.
You said the Rams?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, I thought you said the Rams. My bad. Sorry. You can keep going.
More like the Lambs after Sunday night.
Oh!
Yeah, chew them up and spit them out.
Oh.
No, it's gonna be the Lions taking it at home decisively. I think they're going to jump off to their classic probably 21-7 first half, and then they're going to ride it out with the running backs and Jared Goff.
You said what?
It'll be closer by the end of the game. I think it's going to be a 27-21 finish. The Rams will make it interesting in the second half, but Lions are just going to put their foot down and show the NFC that's going to run through them this year.
Oh,
I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown's still playing with a chip on his shoulder. Dan Campbell's not happy with how last season finished. That whole team, that culture is like, we're not done yet. We still got work to do. It's Super Bowl or bust. And Absolutely. That mentality, that culture they're breeding, it flows through that whole locker room, through that whole organization, and they just know how to take care of business now. They got that monkey off their back last year by not winning only one, but two home playoff games and making it to his championship game. So that's only going to propel them and motivate them even further at home opening night in front of that hungry crowd. And Jared Goff's going to put up numbers with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then I think by the end of it, it's going to be Jameer pops a couple big runs, but then Montgomery takes him home, finishes the game out.
Hell yeah. Do you think we'll get a good glimpse first season, or first week, whether or not Gibbs and Montgomery are going to give us big enough numbers between the two of them for at least a RB1, RB2, or RB1 flex scenario where we can start them both comfortably every week? Or do you think we're going to need a couple weeks to kind of figure out, whether or not Montgomery's that guy, or, they're
Personally,
getting it done more pass heavy?
Personally, I think it's going to be a run-heavy offense, and then both of them are going to be able to be played in your lineups. I feel like they still have Ben Johnson, they still have Dan Campbell, and they showed it to the end of last season of how they want to hit you in the mouth with Montgomery right away, wear down that defensive line, then pop Jahmyr Gibbs in to pop a big one off because you guys are tired and you can't catch them. Right. So I feel like it's almost like a mirrored Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert situation where Monty will get the heavy workload probably right away, get the hard yards, and maybe the goal line, maybe. But then, like, as you get worn down throughout the game, the battle of the trenches is being won and lost. You just got a Ferrari back there, Jahmyr Gibbs, and you just let him cook. You saw it in the championship game against the Niners. They just got complacent in the defensive end, but they owned them in all facets of the offense as far as running the ball. I think Dan Campbell's proven and shown that he wants to run the ball, and then he wants to just put you away by throwing it and putting in Jared Goff's hands and showing you guys, like, this is our quarterback. He's going to finish our games for us, and he's going to take us home with the wins. I don't think any of their wins are going to be fashionable or like finesse. It's going to be deep, dirty, gritty, tough, grind it out, prove that they're the better team wins. Because, like, I can see it where, like, the Rams get caught off guard and they get behind in the first half, but in the second they make it kind of a game. But at the same time, to answer your question, I feel if it was me, I would still be drafting Gibbs and I would be comfortable taking Monty in the handcuff and then flexing him for this Sunday night game. Because there is, like, a lot with Steelers games and Broncos games at home, there's a home field advantage, and those players play really well at home.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Hot take right here. I got Jared Goff as my offensive player of the year.
Hey, I'm hoping he gets to be the MVP. He won't because he's not.
He won't be MVP. I think he won't be MVP because of his interceptions. He'll have a lot of touchdowns again. But he'll have the interceptions. But it'll be due to the fact too that he'll have a loaded team. But I see Jared Goff throwing, almost over 5,000 yards, throwing Matthew Stafford.
Especially if they unlock Jameson Williams. If he finally breaks out,
Jameson Williams, I see one of those receivers are probably going to challenge
Tim Patrick.
Receiving yards. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they finally got a kicker that they believe in.
I like the Lions, man. Like, they're a decent team. Exactly. Especially when I root for the Broncos.
I think they take the division hands down for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, for sure. I think only way the division is not taken by them is if Jaden Daniels becomes Aaron Rodgers, right? And just goes off and just steals the division, which that's what he has to do. Caleb Williams, if they struck gold and he works out 100% and people just cannot stop him, it's not going to happen. And then who's the other team? The Vikings. Come on, Sam Darnold. He's going to be what? Live up to his Hall of Fame 5 status, right? So I think the Lions run away with it, right? They got to. This is their chance. This is their time. This is their window. They better hold on to it, and they better keep running with it, right?
They were 30 minutes away from making it to the big dance last year, and what was it because of? Their defense. Their defense let them down in that second half, and what did they do all offseason? They drafted defense. They added defense. They addressed the defense. So if people think they were hard to beat last year, well, news for you, it's going to be even harder this year. They got help for Aiden Hutchinson. They shored up that secondary, got rid of the question marks, and now we just have to wait and see Sunday night how that translates off paper.
Oh, man. I cannot wait until Thursday. Where are you guys watching the game at?
I will probably
Good
be
question.
at home, honestly. I'll just be at home.
You can watch it on NBC if you have cable or Peacock.
We've been promoting Peacock quite a bit tonight.
I don't know why. It just
I
seemed
renew
right.
my Fubo subscription every preseason, dog.
Shawnee, I'll send you the YouTube login. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Get at least one game every time of the day that they start. So
yeah.
And
so
I get
for
the
you, Shotty,
usually the Broncos every, because it goes by your zip code. So I get every Broncos game guaranteed. And that works out for me because they got the Steelers week 2, even though I'm going to the game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to the Steeler game here in Denver week 2. So that'll be awesome. But I have a hot take for that for the Lions Rams. Right off the bat, we're going to see that Cooper Kupp is going to be the dominant receiver again in that
exactly.
offense.
Oh, he's going to come and snatch it back. Well, Puka's still hurt, right?
I bet you he goes.
Puka will be fine.
I want to throw this out there because I want to put it into the universe and will it. Mm-hmm. I want him to go like 6 for 105 and fucking 2 touchdowns.
No, what I want to see him too is if they get in the red zone, they go to Cooper and be like, That's not Puka's game. Like it's going to Kupp. Kupp is the man.
Before he was injured, dude. It was always Kupp in that end zone. It was always.
And I can't wait if that's the case to hear the blowback of all the Puka truthers pulling back and be like, well, nah.
He will have his. He'll get his target share. Mm-hmm. But is it going to be that 25% plus that it was when Kupp wasn't it? No.
No.
So don't tell me that the number one receiver as of 2 seasons ago has regressed only because of one injury and missing half a season.
Did you guys draft?
I'm not personally drafting Puka where he's being ADP wise. It's not worth it. I'd rather take the value and taking Kupp a couple or a few rounds back to get.
Hey, sorry. Speaking of drafts, I just realized this. Going back to the Lions. I managed to get Laporta
again
on my Yahoo league in the 4th round. And then there was another league before that in the 4th. Every 4th round, man, I just get him in the 4th round for some reason.
Yeah, you did every mock. That is your guy, bro, for sure.
He's a sneaky Lions fan. I'll convert him this year. You watch.
Nah, I mean, I got ever since Campbell cried and stuff. It's like this guy's about it.
Dude, he's a player's player. He did the league for a decade. He knows what's up, and he lives and dies football.
For sure.
He's a perfect human embodiment of that city, in coach form.
That's what they needed. We're talking about cities in coach form, and I just think of Andy Reid in Kansas City.
Yeah, it just fits.
Yeah.
It does.
Absolutely.
But I totally 100% agree where it's just like Cooper Kupp is he's gonna have his Sunday night. He's gonna do his thing, and Puka's gonna be the second option. He might have a good game, but it's not gonna go to the Cooper level.
Kyron Williams, that's actually a pretty relevant game.
Mm-hmm. Kyron Williams, in my Yahoo league, we get points for punt returns, kick returns. So
yardage or touchdowns.
I don't know why.
Both. I think we get both? 1 point for every 10 yards.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can see that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let me check it. I think it's for both. Let me check this. Let me check it real quick.
Well, then Kyron's going to be a smash because I think he's going to get more than 10 yet.
I personally don't like that for him, man. Special teams
it's
guys
a huge injury risk.
Guys. Those guys on special teams look to hurt that guy returning the ball.
They want to hurt people.
And that's that's your starting tailback. Dude, that's your starting running back that you're putting out there to do that, That you're going to try and tell me that, there's not somebody else that you can put out there that you trust without putting your starting running back at risk? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I just look at that as a kind of an iffy thing to keep an eye on. But obviously that coaching staff sees something in his elusiveness and, but I don't know. That's just another risk factor in fantasy that us guys don't want to take. That obviously guys in the NFL who are playing and doing their job don't give a shit about, but us fantasy guys, we look at that as another giant risk factor and a reason to be worried.
If I'm that Kyron Williams owner, I'm looking to either like upgrade at the position or I'm looking to get that handcuff and Blake Corum because.
So
Yeah.
check this. It's 20 points per yard.
Holy
So
hell.
20 yards. Sorry, 20 yards per point. 20 yards.
I was
Okay.
gonna
point.
say that makes no sense. dude.
Like you're just
20
getting
yards per
points.
point. 20 yards per point. 1 point at 100 yards. 2 points at 150 yards. 3 points at 200 yards. So on top of
Okay.
that, like bonus points.
And then like,
That's the
like
bonuses
6 for
as-
touchdowns,
yeah,
obviously.
okay.
Yeah, like 6 for touchdowns. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
See,
then
I've never
minus
played
2.
like that. I've never played
That's
where
weird.
returners get you anything.
Nah, bro, you get point. It's so crazy. Like how
What
you
about
get
what about a muff punt or a muff
a muff
kickoff?
punt? No, fumble is negative 2 points. A fumble
Okay.
lost. A fumble lost.
Yeah.
You gotta lose the fumble. So if a muff point, if you get it back, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh wait, here we go. Here we go.
So do you like draft for that position specifically, or how does that work for your
You
team?
kind of have to with the league, man. The way it's set up is so many freaking teams.
I was gonna say that's crazy. That would have been very clutch back in the Josh Cribbs days, huh?
Oh, ooh.
That'd have been
Man,
a weekly winner for you.
I tell you what. Oh, it's a 12-team league. Damn. Things hard.
Dude, I just finished up a 20-round, 14-team league draft,
Oh.
and every 2 seconds I'm getting messages on Sleeper come up on my screen from these guys. It's been so hard to pay attention because every 2 seconds
What was your
I'm
draft
getting a
position?
notification come down over our faces. These guys
What was
have
your
been
draft position?
nonstop. It's a best ball league. It's my first time doing best ball where you just draft and you have 9 roster spots, 11 bench spots, and you don't play the waiver at all. It's whoever scores the best points for the week get
Yeah.
plugged into your lineup.
I like that.
You don't set lineups. You draft and then forget about it and hope you win week to week.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I've never done that before. So
What
I
was
just
your
finished
draft
that
position?
I was at 8, and I got Amon-Ra. I got Kyron Williams. I got Anthony Richardson. I
Yep.
got I'm trying to think here. Hold on a second.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. I got Bo Nix.
No,
And Sam
I
Darnold.
didn't. I didn't grab Bo Nix. The guy right before me got him.
Ooh.
Um,
Then you got pivot to Javante.
Didn't get
No,
him
I got
either.
a- I got-
Brown.
I got Rashad White, Kyron Williams, Anthony Richardson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, Dalton Kincaid, Terry McLaurin, Eli McPherson. I got the Jets D, the Bengals D. Then I grabbed Sam Darnold, Drake May, Christian Watson, Jalen Warren, Rashad Bateman, Kate Otten, Juwan Johnson, Marvin Mims, Isaac Guerrero, and Troy Franklin.
Nice.
Dude,
Not
there's
bad at all.
So me, Mike, myself, and Bell all got A's. Those were the best draft ranks. So we got the 3 A's
Nice.
of the league. But 14 teams, man.
That's a lot.
having 20 spots of possible players to score on. That shit could go any way possible.
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
insane. But now I only have 1 league left to draft now. I ended up taking on 3 new leagues as of yesterday, putting me at 11 for the
Oh.
season.
Oh,
Yeah, but
How do you
this
keep
one,
up?
this last one yesterday that I did was only a $30 buy-in. But then this blue ball one, the best ball one, that was 50. But then this new one tomorrow is another $200. And that's just a redraft. We're possibly going to do a keeper, but oh
Whew,
man,
make me sweat.
yeah, dude, it's I took on a lot more this season, but you know what? I've had such good drafts, and I've had
Mhm.
I'm in pretty much every type of league. I'm in every type of league except for Guillotine. That's the only league that I didn't get involved with this season,
Oh, yeah.
and
I
that's only
recently got
because
into
I lost my spot last minute. I should have said yes right away,
Yeah.
but I said let me know, and they filled it.
damn.
Yeah, I got a guillotine league that I got into this year and a vampire league, so that's interesting.
Nice.
What's a vampire
nice.
league?
Yeah.
That's where 7 teams or 9 teams draft. The 10th team or the 10th team or the 8th team is the vampire, which they take everything that's remaining from the draft off the waiver wire. Then each week, at the end of the week, or before the end of the week, the vampire plays a person, and if they beat you that week, the vampire, so the vampire chooses who they play, and the vampire, if they win, they get one of your players.
Whoa,
from your team.
That's crazy.
Any player they want, right?
Any player. So like,
yeah,
usually I mean, I did it one year as a vampire. I tried playing the Christian McCaffrey owner the first week. Didn't go so well, but yeah, ideally that can happen too, where you get everything off the waiver wire. You play the person who has like Breece Hall or like Justin Jefferson, you beat them, and then whoop, you're mine now. And then you still have your team. You play out the rest of the year, but then your vampire potentially gets more better as the season goes on.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's an interesting way. I like it, but
it's
that's
spicy.
The first I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
But like the teams that are like that drafted, they don't get to use the waiver wire. They just have the team that they're drafted. Only the vampire can use the waiver wire.
And then if they win, then they get to pick a player too. That seems crazy one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if the vampire wins his week and then takes a player, does he continue to be the vampire going into the next week?
You're the vampire the whole season. But if you lose, the vampire loses that week.
Like random draft order?
Yeah. It's randomized. You don't know. But like the thing is, too, is if the vampire loses that week, he's not taking any players. The teams remain the same. The vampire can still use the waiver wire. You still keep your good guy. And the next week goes on and on and on.
Okay.
Man, that's a crazy way to play. Seems like
that's weird.
I don't know.
I'm trying it out, see how it goes. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they're coming up with. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They're coming up with pretty much every way you could possibly play this. You know, every
different ways.
You know, equation or algorithm that they could use to play.
Well, there's like a whole leagues now too, where it's completely just the defensive side of the ball and special teams. You just draft a defensive front, linebackers, defensive backs, and then a kicker.
Yeah, I like that.
That's fun. It's different. Like it's just weird. Like you're only drafting like nose tackles and edges and outside linebackers, inside linebackers, nickels and corners and stuff.
Yeah. See, I can remember back when I used to have to use the newspaper to get my stats in order to add up my fantasy football.
Yeah.
You know, wins for the week. When my teacher used to do it as NFL math back in school before I realized that I was even playing fantasy, you know? So it's pretty cool. And it doesn't, you know, blow my mind that this, you know, people have been playing fantasy for so long and it's kind of been, you know, a lot of it has just stayed the same, redraft or standard or half PPR or PPR for so long that it completely makes sense nowadays to have, you know, Superflex and, you know, Best Ball and Guillotine and Dynasty and all these different cool new ways to do it, kind of keep it fresh and, you know, keep everybody happy and playing because, you know, like I said, I mean, dude, that was my junior year of high school when I started playing. So that would have been 2002. So, what, 22 years now I've been playing fantasy football?
Yeah. I'm getting close. I'm up to 17 years. I've been doing it since, I think 15, 16.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about and to watch how much it's evolved and how cool it is. You know?
And how much, at least I've seen my own personal growth in fantasy, like how I used to draft and play the game and then now how I play it nowadays. It's kind of interesting to see that development.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know what it is, if I've always had a little bit of a touch or if it's just my passion about it, but I don't know. The fantasy gods usually tend to be on my side. I don't know if it's strategy or passion or just coincidence and dumb luck, but I don't know. That's why I love fantasy so much because it's been very kind to me over the years. So that's why I'm so grateful. That's why I love doing this show with you guys.
So how is
I can't
fantasy
believe another season's
affecting?
about to start.
How is fantasy affecting how you guys are watching this Thursday night game? Who do you guys have?
What's that?
the Thursday night game, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens. Who are you guys watching? Who are you going to be paying attention to?
Fantasy-wise,
Fantasy-wise.
I drafted more Chiefs than I did Ravens, but that's just because I never took Lamar, and I never had Andrews or Henry fall to me. I mean, I should have reached a couple times, but I didn't. So fantasy-wise, I have more Chiefs side of the ball. The only I got the Ravens kicker in a lot of leagues, but
there you go. So I like Justin. I actually looked, but every time in my drafts, I was always so far back, or I never had the opportunity to get Henry.
Yeah,
although I want to watch him, and keep an eye on him. I have Lamar in Dynasty, so obviously going to keep an eye on him. I have Pacheco in a couple of leagues. I have Kelsey in a couple of leagues, but I'm also really anxious to see if and who Lamar's number one wide receiver is going to be. Is it gonna be Andrews? Is a tight end gonna be that guy? It could be likely, coming on the second. But are we gonna see Rashad Bateman do anything? Are we gonna, I mean, it's just kind of up in the air. And this Baltimore receiving core is kind of like, I don't know. So, but obviously on the Kansas City side of the ball, you want to watch Travis Kelce do well. You want to see what's happening with Worthy. You want to see if Rashee Rice is going to be the number one guy. And, kind of if Mahomes can keep up his, the reputation that man has, people are still taking him as the first quarterback, and he's just not that guy anymore. At least he wasn't last season, and there's guys who definitely go before him. But, I mean, same with Kelsey in the tight end pool. There's a couple people that are going before him now, but I mean, these are all the guys you want to be watching for. You want to see what King Henry does. You want to see Lamar still get his. Who might be the number one receiver in Baltimore? You want to obviously see if Andrews is still an end zone target. And then, you want to see Pacheco eat. You want to see if Kelsey can keep up his end of the target share, or if it's going to be Worthy or Rice. And, this is going to be the perfect battle to kind of start this eye test and see. I couldn't be more stoked on an opening game to start.
I think personally, the two highest scoring fantasy assets on either team that's going to be this game is going to be the running backs, Pacheco and Henry. I think those are the two big money making fantasy scorers for both sides of the ball. Both those two teams.
Yeah.
Will Kelsey be a top 3 tight end? The capabilities there for sure.
Yeah.
100%. With his floor, yes, and with his ceiling, absolutely. I definitely see Laporta being up there just because of volume and this coming in. I mean, it's that whole case of sophomore slump or comeback of the year or player of the year.
Wow.
And I see Laporta going north as opposed to south. And I mean, most people don't realize that at Jacksonville, Evan Ingram's had the most, receptions. He was thrown to the most at all tight ends.
Yeah, out of all tight ends, he was thrown to the most. He was like the second or third most out of all pass catchers last year.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, but then, I mean, you got Trey McBride now that you got Murray back. You got, I mean, there's lots of options to take that over. But the fact of the matter is that it is Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have this
peanut butter and jelly
chemistry between the two of them that when they get put in that situation, they just do not fail. And it usually ends up as 6.
Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, who are you taking?
Huh?
Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, who are you taking?
I'll take Kelce over Andrews.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would take Laporta and McBride over.
But
Kelce.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, are we going over
going
through our rankings from the way early?
What do you? Oh yeah. We'll go. So I mean,
Or we wait until like after a couple weeks to go back.
I would like to do it week 4, but we can do it. I mean,
that's
it
a whole
doesn't
other
really
show.
change
We'll figure that
a
out.
whole lot right now. I mean, a couple of people are hurt, but I figured, now we just touch into these games, get into these first couple games, and then with bandwagon, it gives us that chance, to touch on that Thursday night game, that Monday night game.
Yeah. Did you guys pick your winners for the Sunday night, Monday night game, or did I miss that?
No, we did not. We did not pick our winners for the Sunday night, Monday night game because there's no Sunday night, Monday night game this week.
Well, we were running through our picks earlier with the games that are being played.
Yeah. But we'll be back on Tuesday, so I figured Tuesday we could touch on the weekend. Yeah, Tuesday we could touch on Sunday. This is just for Thursday, Friday, I guess, to get a start on it. I mean, Tuesday we could touch on.
I hear. Sorry.
And Tuesday we'll touch on this again too. We'll have more information getting closer to the game. But that's just we're bringing bandwagon in with this episode 1, so just bringing it into the season. Week 1, we're there. This isn't preseason. This isn't practice. This isn't maybe it's because it is. Nah, we're here. It's on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put the pedal to the metal. So bandwagon's gonna cover it every step of the way as much as I can, as much as we can. We're gonna do what we can, do it because we love it. And you guys are just joining us. Or if you've been watching us, thank you for joining and hanging out. This is Mile High Bandwagon, same crew from Fantasy Football Report. So we're holding it down Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. So catch us again Tuesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 9 p. Wait, no, more. I lost track of what I was just saying.
Yeah, sometime it'll be in the description.
30 Mountain Standard. You'll see it. So come and join us Tuesday nights. We'll be here. Anyway, you can catch us on Shady Sports Network. This is Mile High Sports Bandwagon. Go to @303 Bandwagon. You'll find all of our content. I'm Cedric. That's Shawnee. That's Justin. We bring you all the information you need, man, the coverage you need for the NFL, for fantasy sports, mostly fantasy sports, and we're going to help you win your league, help you get as close as you can. Listen to us. Bring us your team. Don't just listen to us and be like, oh, well, you said this, and it didn't work. No. Bring us, show us your team. We want to see what
questions,
you got. We love it.
Trades,
all of that.
Anything.
Send us the receipts.
All that. So bring all that to us for sure. We're just here hanging out, man, with some dudes, with some homies. We're just kicking it. We're not analysts, as we said. We're not broadcasters. We're not reporters. We don't get paid for this. We just love the sport. We love our teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys watching us, please continue to like, love, share, subscribe. Pass it along. Tell your people about it. If you know somebody that's into fantasy football, somebody that likes NFL, but like, hey, look at this. It's different. It's not just, blah, blah, blah. We'll bring you some graphics. We'll bring you I guarantee you we'll bring you facts. I guarantee you we'll bring you some stuff that'll help you along. I promise you'll get a nugget or two at any aspect, whatever, PPR, non-PPR, dynasty. I promise you, listen to our show. You'll find some nugget to help you along for the week. And if not, send it in. Send us a question. We'll send you the link. Come join us live for sure. We love it. I'm just saying, thank you guys for kicking it with us. It's always amazing that you guys come and hang out with us here and to see how Shady Sports Network has grown and to see how just these shows have grown. Just coming along, Shawnee. I remember, it'd be, just having just stacks and stacks and sheets of papers of all the stuff you put together, and it's like. We're just going on and on and on and on, and then still kind of found our groove. Like I said, you'll find facts in the show, guys, for sure. If you want facts, we'll bring it to you. We'll bring
Not my own 16 Bears take, but
hot takes. We got hot takes. We got drama. We want pain.
I got a few championships under my belt, and that information, it comes from a lot of dedication, a lot of love for fantasy. And that's what we wanted to come on here and share with you guys to help out the inexperienced or people who are having trouble finding their groove. Like you said, man, we're here for the newbie who's just getting into fantasy that wants to learn how and needs a couple cheat sheets here and there, some hot takes week to week, sleepers, how to pick up off your waiver wire, where you sit on your wire. Maybe who you got on your team is trade bait that you can use. We're here to try and help you in any way, shape, or form, no matter what status you are into fantasy football, whether you're a first-year guy, a 15-year guy.
And, we got some sponsorship love to share with you guys. If you haven't paid your dues yet, you can hop on Cash App and download Cash App for the first time and use the code on our commercial to add some money there to help you pay your dues, your buy-in for your league. We advocate Sleeper. We advocate for ESPN, Yahoo. We love all platforms. We'll be able to help you out on all those. Adding Justin to the show this season has just been more helpful. Someone to agree with, somebody to also, battle a point here and there. And now we got Denver, Pittsburgh, and the Lions in the building. There's no bias. We're all over the NFL.
All over the map.
So
you are in for a treat because we will be doing the show during the Lions game, so you get to get the firsthand experience of seeing me during a Lions game. It'll be entertainment. I'll keep myself in check for the most part.
You see Justin flustered for the first time on the show.
No, I won't be. It'll be gloating
I
and
don't
floating.
think you're gonna have too much to worry about with
No.
this season, bro.
But it'll be fun. It'll be that little treat. I'll be all decked out in my Lions gear. I won't be all painted up blue, but I'll be ready to go.
I'll have my Watt jersey on. You'll see.
We'll talk about whatever happened to the Steelers and the Broncos that day. Go over games.
Hopefully,
so you're shaking your head already.
Hopefully, something good. It'll be something good. But
you know, in the back of your head, like, oh man, Broncos, don't let me down here.
That has high hopes. My boy
I do. But hey, I mean, you guys got anything else? You got anything else for us?
We nailed this one out of the park.
Y'all, and I can't wait to get the season started.
There we go. So who we got? We got Chiefs, Ravens. Who'd you say,
Thursday.
Justin?
Eagles and Packers Friday.
No, who'd you say for winning the Chiefs-Ravens games?
I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think at home they'll pull it off, but the Ravens will definitely test them. It's the best test for them week 1.
I got Baltimore.
Hold on. BMO, I got Baltimore too.
Put it on the board.
Putting it out there.
Yeah, let's erase that 0-16 Bears take and then just put that one.
All right. And then
he kept the receipts on me too. I knew as soon as I said it, he saw his fingers typing. I'm like, God damn it.
And then all right, Eagles.
It's gonna be the Eagles.
Eagles. What's the other
Packers?
team? Packers.
It's the Eagles.
It's gonna be the Eagles, right? I wanted to be the Packers. I'm gonna say Packers.
I want to watch them put up. I want to watch them put up. I just feel like the Eagles will have the edge. I hope it's super close. I hope it comes down to a field goal. I bet it comes down to a Jake Elliott field goal.
That's super
If I see the same Eagles as we saw the last several games of the last season come out on Friday play, then it's going to be the Packers because the Eagles were atrocious. But I don't see that happening. And as much as I hate to say it, but my gut's telling me it's going to be the Packers week 1 taking it over the Eagles.
Any given Friday.
Yep.
So what did you say, the Packers?
I'm taking the Packers over the Eagles.
Oh, man. I said the Packers, too. Sean, you said the Eagles?
Yeah, I got Philly by a field goal.
Ball field goal.
I got Philly by a Jake Elliott toe.
By the hair on the chinny chin chin.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a good game. I think both games are going to be barn burners and just shootouts.
Yeah. All right.
Because that's usually how it goes week 1, right? Because the defenses are still sleeping. They're trying to figure things out.
Hopefully not,
well, that's
right?
the thing is, there's no tape to study yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That this is going to begin a whole season of schemes and strategies that people don't know where anyone is coming from yet. So you can start to get the offense on tape, and then teams will start to be able to replicate, and the defenses will wake up and start to be able to, play with, a little bit of a game plan as opposed to just raw athletic ability.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. Well, shoot, guys. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, you're good. Send us away, man.
I love chatting with you guys. Save it up for Tuesday. Tuesday. Catch us 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Fantasy Football Reports, guys, on YouTube. Look it up, Shady Sports Network, Fantasy Football Reports. Tuesday we'll be bringing you
Best
up, man.
Best of luck to everybody week 1. Have a great week 1, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking about your top 10 waiver wire. Well, I guess top 5 waiver wire finds.
Top 5? Okay. Fair.
Top 5
You never
waiver wire
know.
finds.
You never know.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so 10-team league, top 5 waiver wire finds.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about, like we always do. But that's what we'll try to touch on Fantasy Reports. Other than that, I mean, it's been great, guys. You got anything? Good.
No, I'm good. I mean, I'm ready.
All right, guys. It's been real. It's been amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, please share.
Please.
Have a great night.
Peace.
I'm a game changer.
Peace.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.